안녕하세요. 저는 오늘 Future of X 언컨퍼런스의 사회를 맡은 빅웨이브 대표 최백년입니다. 여러분 반갑습니다. 먼저 오늘 행사는 코로나19의 엄중한 상황으로 인하여 현장의 참석 인원을 최소화하고 온라인으로 진행됨을 양해 말씀드립니다. 그리고 바쁘신 와중에도 Future of X 언컨퍼런스에 많은 관심과 애정을 가지고 현장 및 온라인으로 접속해 주신 모든 분들께 진심으로 감사드립니다. Future of X 언컨퍼런스는 인공지능 분야 기술 창업 육성 전문 기관인 AI 양재 허브와 글로벌 벤처 캐피탈 기업인 500글로벌이 공동 주최하는 행사로 인공지능 스타트업의 현재와 미래에 대한 이야기를 여러분과 공유하고 소통하기 위해 개최되었습니다. 이제 마지막 세션 3만 남았는데요. 시작하기에 앞서 이링 Regional Director of 500 Global Ecosystem 팀의 인사 말씀이 있겠습니다. 앞으로 모시겠습니다.
안녕하세요. Hi everyone, my name is Yiling Lim and I'm the Regional Director of Asia Pacific at 500 Global. At 500 Global, we believe that talent exists everywhere, which is why today we're really excited to be introducing two Taiwanese startups to you, both of which are portfolio companies, Infuse AI and Rosetta AI. We're really honored to have this chance to collaborate to hold such an event together with AI Yangji Hub, because we do believe that what's important for innovation is to facilitate more such exchanges of perspectives, exchanges of technology and views, cross-learning, and cross-border collaboration. Because you know what? Homogeneity is the death of innovation. So without further ado, I'd like to actually invite you all to hear what these two Taiwanese startups have to say today. Thank you.
탤런트는 세계 어디에나 있다라는 말씀이 기억에 남습니다. 그러면 세션 세 번째 첫째 발표는 타이완이즈 스타트업인 Infuse AI CEO CL께서 Make AI workflow 10x faster by automating the data model insight loop라는 주제로 줌으로 발표를 진행하겠습니다. 세션 주제 관련 질문 사항은 화면에 보이시는 QR코드 스캔을 통해 남겨주시면 발표가 끝난 후에 함께 이야기 나눠보는 시간을 가지도록 하겠습니다. 그럼 바로 CL을 화면으로 만나보시죠. Hello. Hi, CL.
Hi, everyone. Yes, so I will start.
Yes,
well,
please.
Thank you, Yangjae Hub and the 500 Korean team and APAC team. It's really my pleasure and honor to be sharing with you and then with all the people online. So my name is CL. I'm CEO and co-founder of Infuse AI. We're on a mission to make AI workflow 10 times faster by automating the data model insight loop. Just a real quick introduction. We started in 2018 and then we are 28 people now. And we raised around 4.3 million earlier this year, and then our investor included 500 actually. And we are a fully remote team from day one, and we have now mostly people from Taiwan, but we now have people in Japan and India as well. So what are we solving? Basically, what we're seeing here is that software 2.0 is taking over the world. By software 2.0, I mean that I'm a software developer myself, and by writing software by human, or like I did before, it's called software 1.0, and we're seeing a lot of the phenomenon that a lot of the advanced systems are now software written by data. As you can see from a lot of the video recommendation or autonomous vehicle and all the smart system. And what is the big change here is that, let's take Google Translate, for example. Most of you probably have used Google Translate for translating Korean and English. And then before, in software 1.0 time, the whole system is about 500,000 lines of code. But with software 2.0, the translation system still serves the same thing, but doing better with less code. It's about 500 lines of code. The problem is that complexity doesn't just go away. Where is this 1,000 time like productivity increase coming from? It's actually hiding somewhere else, hiding in the system of managing the data, managing the machine learning pipeline, managing the deployment of the AI models. So just some quick example, you have probably used software 2.0 related product or solutions in the past hour. If you use Siri or check your Gmail or anything. So these are the things that's nowadays built by advanced machine learning model powered by massive amount of data. So where does this lead us? It's actually a very tough process for other industry to adopt right now. Because machine learning is an iterative process. You have to get the data, you have to train the model, you have to validate it, put into production, see how well it works, and then repeat again. And the problem is that these steps in between, it's just a lot of bad tooling. There's no good tool to connect those steps together. So a lot of the time, you're copying a lot of the files around and executing random scripts around, and to basically make one run of the machine learning loop work. And then just imagine you have to do it all over again, all the time. And then the problem is that you have to get the feedback from where the model is actually working in the real world, which I think you will see a lot of the example in the next section about Rosetta AI. So basically just a quick comparison about what's changed in software 1.0 and software 2.0. Before, we're writing software, we have something like over the past 2 or 3 decades that's matured in software engineering, that we have a lot of the process, we have like the container technology, we have all the tooling that supports to make developers productive. But in the software 2.0 time, we're now shifting to managing data and for example, machine learning neural network architecture. But a lot of the pieces are missing about how you do quality assurance, how you have better productivity tool, how you make the team work together. So basically, all the question marks here are in the scope of ML ops, so-called machine learning operations, and that's what we're trying to solve. So in summary, to have a proper machine learning workflow right now with all the tooling that we have takes a long time to build, and it's very hard to operate. And in turn, it's very hard to scale if your company or organization want to operate on multiple AI models. So in a recent survey from academia, we see that only 11% of the organization who worked on AI can actually put model into production within a week. And more than 60% of them would take a month or longer. So just imagine, like, when you want to make a change to your system, it has to take months for all the process to make it happen. So that's not very productive. So so basically only a very fraction, like a third of the people can actually deploy AI model within 30 days. And the problem came from that the AI problem is not just machine learning code. It's actually a very complicated system, like the whole steps I listed earlier, that all these things has to fit together. And that is just one AI project. If you look at it how it is constructed. But just imagine in your organization, you have multiple AI projects. Then you have to solve all the data issues in a consistent way, all the model issues in the consistent way. But that's not just the end of the story. You have also the actual application or user interacting stuff that's talking to the model and then providing feedback and so on. So basically, that is the challenge that industry is facing. So what we're trying to look at here is the ML ops way of improving this cycle so people can innovate faster. One of our customers is in the medical sector, and then they were tasked during COVID about if you want to answer the question, what is the ER like tomorrow? Is it going to be full? Do we need more doctor? Do we need more space or something? That to answer that question is actually you need multiple AI model because each patient have very different conditions. So to answer that question of what's the ER like tomorrow, you need multiple AI models for each individual patient with their individual condition. And then with that, you combine the results and give it an indicator about what it's like. So just imagine how this mapped to the earlier problem we described, that just to update a single model, it used to take the hospital almost a week to update that. And then there are several models that are in the play for answering this question. So with the ML tools we provided, they were able to update the model within an hour. So now they can actually have a faster loop of iterating through their solutions. So essentially what we provide is a way to connect all those steps together in a way that different people with different background in the team can work together, because that's what makes AI successful. And then we operate it in a scalable way that you can have multiple projects. And then for each project, right now, a lot of the time, the different problem set will require different tools. So you kind of need a way to manage this complexity of all its different tools. So that's what we provide with an API solution to connect all the things together. In short, we provide a scalable system for scaled AI development and then make the model deployment in a shorter time so that you can scale your AI strategy. And in the meantime, we are building an open ecosystem because there's just so many innovative tools in this space, ranging from annotating data to visualizing data to tracking models. There's just a lot of the toolings that is being really emerging rapidly. So what we want to do is to connect those best-of-breed tools together in an ecosystem that is most effective for the users of different use cases. So if you look at, there was a VentureBeat article about the space of ML ops, and it says it's actually predominated by a lot of the startups. And a lot of the startups, we actually come together as the AI Infrastructure Alliance, a global alliance of more than 30 startups that work on these different problems and how we want to combine that into a cohesive solution. So we're part of that, and probably the only one in from Asia right now. And yeah, so that's what we're trying to build, a canonical stack for modern data and modern AI infrastructure. And so, like, to dissect the problem a little bit more, like you have, it's a little bit technical, but you have all the infrastructure, you have the way that manage data, and the way that you manage the model, and then how you want to orchestrate the whole thing. So the idea for the AI Infrastructure Alliance is for different companies or product or a lot of the open source tools to identify which problems they're tackling, and so how they can be put together to help the user or the organization. So our mission in Infuse AI and Prime Hub is actually to provide a flexible way for combining these tools together. So in different use cases and different, for example, different data types or different segments, you have a way to manage the complexity and then put together all the tools together in an effective way. So what we're doing is to make AI in production like really effective right now. And then if you're interested, take a look at our website. We're hiring as well, and we'd love to talk to you if you're working on any AI product. And then just at the end, I have a little story to share with you. So this is the Grumman Prize. It's actually a challenge back in 1959, where a first human-powered aircraft complete a figure-8 flight with no power would get a prize of 50,000 pounds. So that problem remained unsolved for 18 years until a guy called McCready redefined the problem to solve it. So how does it solve the problem? He does not invent like a really clever airplane or something to just solve it, but he reframed the problem by saying, okay, the problem is that we cannot experiment fast enough, because every time we fail, we have to reconstruct the aircraft. That would take several months. So how can we build something that is easy to experiment, easy to iterate? So he come up with a way, a material that can build aircraft within hours. So that gives him the chance to try several thousand times, so he can iterate fast and then solve the problem. So that's what we're seeing in the AI space as well. We want the software tooling, the software 2.0 tooling, to allow you to be collaborating effectively, so you can iterate through the problem faster and then more often, that we can reach the solution faster. So I hope that's interesting to you, and then thank you so much, and then I look forward to the questions and the chat with Daniel later. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, CL, for your talk. It was very impressive to hear the question you raised, how to build products easy to iterate fast. So could you, while we are having the second talk, would you like to wait 10 minutes? Yeah, 10 minutes. So 네, 이어서 세션 2 두 번째 발표 주제인 Create Unique Shopping Experience that Drive Growth 로제타 AI CEO인 데니얼 황께서 줌으로 발표를 진행해 주시겠습니다. 세션 주제 관련 질문 사항은 화면에 보이시는 QR코드 스캔을 통해 남겨주시면 감사하겠습니다. 그럼 바로 데니얼 황을 화면으로 만나 보시겠습니다. Hi Daniel, are you there?
Hello. Yeah. Okay. Hello, everyone. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Daniel, the co-founder and CEO of Rosetta AI. And what we do is we focus on fashion e-commerce to help e-commerce merchants to increase their on-site conversion rate and order value by our aesthetic AI. Yeah. So this section I will focus on the AI application. So we will talk about how we work and how we help out the fashion e-commerce to grow their business. Also, we will reduce the technology part in this section. So first of all, I will introduce our company. We are founded in 2016. At that time, we was a project company, but do the same thing of what we do now. We make the data analysis system and recommendation engine for some company. But at that time, we was a project-based company, and then we found some common demand. So we launched our SaaS product, which is Rosetta AI, in 2018. And then we focus on the fashion e-commerce to help them extract the shopping preferences of each consumer and predict their shopping taste to provide a personalized product recommendation and to increase their growth. And then and we also get some praise coverage on Forbes, and we also won the full prize of the REC6, which is the recommendation competitions in the global. At that time, we the question is we want to predict the travel product for the company, and then so at that time we our technology is to extract the potential attributes from the products. So that's how we work for our fashion e-commerce. And this is our core team. Yeah. Currently, who we are? We help our fashion e-commerce increase their double their average order value and triple their conversion rate. And our client has more than 1,000 600 globally, and including the L'Oreal and some local fashion company. And one of them is Cody Book. It's also a Korean fashion e-commerce to sell apparel products. So I will share the case later. So what we do is focus on the individual shoppers' shopping preferences. So in our system, we help our fashion e-commerce customer to understand the shopping preferences of each individual consumer. So we put a consumer at the center of the shopping loop, so we can help the e-commerce customer to acquire the potential shopper from when they come to the website or the new consumers, and then we will help them to provide the personalized content to the shoppers, and those content also have some personalized interactions to help the shoppers to understand more about the fashion brands. So it's not just only a personalized product recommendation, and so we also design the interactions and personalize the interactions for each shoppers. Yeah, so what we do is help e-commerce merchant to analyze their products. We use our technology, including natural language processing and image processing, to extract the latent attributes from the product. Like we can, for example, for apparel e-commerce, we can extract the style, the color, the texture from the product data. Even though those data doesn't provide by the product data, we can use our technology to do the image processing and object detection to extract those attributes. And in the meanwhile, we also collate the shoppers' on-site behavior. We can, for example, when the shoppers click a link of a product, we can predict this single click, the meaning is just a click or select the product to the shopping cart, or the click means the shopper purchased the products. So we can understand the shoppers, the deeper interest of the product. So and with the how they interact with these products. So and then we combine the product attributes and the shopper's behavior to build the preference profile for every shoppers. So that's why we can predict for everyone to make their test and match their intent. So in our applications, we provide full products for our fashion e-commerce. So we have a preference insight to extract the preference of the shopping test. So that the shoppers, fashion merchants can understand their consumers' shopping preferences distributions for the next month and next season. So they can so this can help the e-commerce shoppers to prepare for the inventory for the next month and next season. And then we provide personalized product recommendation via our plugin and support various e-commerce platforms such like Shopify, WooCommerce, and so on. And so the merchant just need to pass a simple code on their online store. So the web page will show our plugins and with the various interaction layout to help the online store provide personalized shopping experience to every shoppers. So besides this, the product recommendation also can integrate with other tools, other channels, such like some messaging bots like Facebook Messenger and Line and WeChat and WhatsApp. So and you also can integrate with the SMX and EDM. So the personalized recommendation will becomes the whole. We can cover every channel to detect the shopper's interest and preference and pick out the right time to send the right product to the shopper. Yep. The current technology is we extract each product's latent attributes, and we also have our merchants to label the new attributes, even though it doesn't show in their product data, and we also build every shopper's shopping preferences. Like we can understand a certain person like something red is higher than something green, and we also can understand the person will like stripe texture product. So when a new product with the red color and with the striped texture, we can help the merchants to find out the right consumer who are interested in their products. So for the personalized product recommendations, as an e-commerce, they will have a homepage, product detail page, and category page, and the most important is a checkout page. So in different page, the context also different. So we also provide several recommendation scenarios to help our fashion merchant to choose which one they want to use to provide a unique, personalized experience for their shoppers. And then those content with beyond the product recommendation, the interactions also can be designed. So we also provide several interaction layout, such like pop-up window or sliding window, and to trigger the hesitant shoppers to purchase more or make decision. And then with those product recommendation also can integrate other channels like EDM, SSM, Shopbot, and app notification. So we can put so that's why we can put the shopper in the center to cover the whole shopping loop. So when they visit the online store, they will add some add some product in the shopping cart, but maybe the visitor forgot to purchase and check out. So but we already understand the person's preferences. So we go and the timing to contact him or her. So we can use other channels to approach him or her to make a decision to purchase a product. Yep. And this is a case study sharing. We have a cross-border e-commerce customer, which is Cody Book from Korea, and it sell apparel product for young girl, and their product sell in Korea and Japan, Taiwan, and North America. And at that time, they use our product to do the A/B testing with AWS Personalized, and then we do the 1 month experiment. After that, Cody Book find our service, help them to increase their revenue and average order value by 30 and 40% increase. But so that's why the reason why we can do better than AWS Personalized is we focus on the fashion e-commerce, and we build a specific model for the vertical area of fashion e-commerce, like apparel, cosmetics, and accessory. So in each domain, we can understand what kind of product attribute should be extracted to stick to this person. So and we also help our e-commerce customer to build a individual preference profile of their shoppers. So we can do a real personalization recommendation for every shoppers. Yeah. So that's why we can do better than AWS Personalized. So but we also looking for the business partner and marketing partner to go global, and welcome any fashion e-commerce owner to contact us for more details. We can help you to increase on-site conversion rate and order value, and uncover the shopping preferences of all of your shoppers. Okay, my name is Daniel from Rosetta AI. Thank you guys. This is my sharing.
데니얼 황님의 발표 잘 들었습니다. 발표해주신 데니얼 황님께 다시 한번 감사의 박수를 부탁드립니다. 바로 이어서 세션 3 Future of AI 글로벌 스타트업스의 발표자 CL과 데니얼 황님과 함께 Q&A 시간을 가져보도록 하겠습니다. We would like to deep dive the talk with the questions. Due to limited time, we would like to ask only one questions for companies. For CL first. Yeah.
Yes.
As Infuse AI provides the prime hub ML ops platform for different industries to adopt AI, how did the idea get started? Is it a challenge for the team to serve different industries at the same time?
Right. So it started actually back in late 2017 when a friend of mine is starting a nonprofit AI training program in Taiwan, and at that time it's really popular. And then they have like 200 students concurrently that are doing machine learning training, and there's no tool for that scale of ML development. So I put together something real quick with like all the container technology and like the Jupyter tooling that the data scientists are used to, and then create a scalable system for that. And from there, we work on the model and the full life cycle of machine learning models. So that's where it started. And in terms of different industries, of course, we started with the sectors that are more data ready, like the financial industry and manufacturing, where they already collect a lot of data and they are already investing in AI. And of course, there are differences because there are different data types, different regulation requirements. So it's always a challenge, but we're looking at like the unique need for different sectors, and then working with them, and then hoping to scale. Thank you.
Thank you, CL. I have questions to Daniel. Daniel, so e-commerce has many kinds of the merchandises, and almost any company providing the product recommendation service targets any industry. So why does Rosetta A choose fashion e-commerce as a target market amidst all other industry scenes?
Yeah, that's right. There are many product recommendation service focus on any kind of industry, but as our experience, most of the product recommendation service they usually use the traditional technology, which is the collaborative filtering, to predict the shopping behavior. Yeah, but we found in the fashion area, everyone's preference is unique. So we cannot do the we cannot compare a person with another group of person. Yeah, which is the traditional approach does. Yeah, traditional approach in short, it compare a person with a group of person, well, group of people to if, for example, the group of people watch a product or purchase a product, and the person is very similar to this group of people, that the traditional technology will recommend the product to this person. But in fashion area, such like apparel, cosmetic, and accessory, people's shopping preferences is very unique for themselves. So that's why we need to build the individual preference profile for everyone. Yeah, and our advantage is to extract the lantern attributes from the product data and the image. So that's why we focus on fashion e-commerce as our target market.
Once again, thank you, CL and then Daniel, for sharing your insights on how AI will fundamentally change the industry's workflows and its mechanisms. Yeah, so this is a closer. 이것으로 퓨처X 언컨퍼런스 일정이 모두 마무리되었습니다. 귀한 시간을 내어 참석해주신 모든 분들께 감사 인사를 드리며 앞으로도 AI 양재 허브와 500 글로벌은 여러 유익한 프로그램으로 여러분을 찾아뵐 예정이오니 많은 관심과 참여 부탁드립니다. 저는 지금까지 진행의 빅웨이브 대표 최백년이었습니다. 감사합니다.